Today I have a pro tip that's going to make your escrow process go by smooth, especially in the very beginning of the transaction on day one. Hey, you guys, my name is Michelle, and I help first-time home buyers and first-time home sellers save money, and I help them make the process smooth. Select your home inspector while you're home shopping. The reason why is because, at the end of the day, it's a big project and you want to make sure that you plan ahead. And the more things you do ahead of time, the easier and more smoother things are going to be. That's why I specialize in helping people both save money and helping them make the process smooth. So most definitely selecting your home inspector ahead of time. And let me give you some information. So these are things that, okay. One thing you probably already know is don't skip the home inspection. If you are purchasing a home, you don't want to waive it. In California, you don't have to get a home inspection. You can purchase a property just as it is without looking into it and doing your due diligence. A lot of investors do it that way when they're purchasing a home that visually needs a lot of work, sometimes even a tear down, and they're contractors. But for the majority of us, we don't have contractor experience. We don't know the ins and outs of a home. We need somebody to come in with experience to tell us exactly what's going on with the roof, the foundation, the electrical, everything that we don't see. And there are sometimes things come up that the sellers don't even know about. They didn't know that there was a pipe that was leaking underneath. And they're like, oh, let me go ahead and take care of that. So these are things that are uncovered that you want to know ahead of time before removing your contingency, your home inspection contingency before proceeding, because this is your due diligence time when you're going to want to know what's up with the house. What is the current condition of the house without any bias, just 100% pure facts, so that you can make a decision of, okay, you know what, there's going to be some things on this list that I would consider kind of like a checklist of things to do before purchasing the home. No big deal. In our market right now, it's a seller's market. So we're seeing lots of multiple offers, and there's going to be some things that are deal breakers and that are not deal breakers, because the intention is to live in the house for a long period of time for most people. So I say all of that to say, never skip the home inspection, number one, but also find your home inspector ahead of time and do that due diligence before going in escrow and while you're shopping for your home. This way you can take your time with it. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. What is it going to look like when you get your offer accepted? So when you get your offer accepted, there's this thing that you're going to hear from everyone, including myself, is, okay, time is of the essence. Now the clock starts ticking because you have a legally binding contract, and there are certain things on a to-do list on your part and on the seller's part that legally you're obligated to get done in a certain amount of time. One of those things is the home inspection. You're going to have a certain amount of time to get the home inspection done. So it's kind of like at the starting line of the race. You want to make sure that you're prepared with everything that you need, all of the tools that you need to press go, because you're going to want to press go, especially if you're working. Transactions are handled during business hours. And if you are working during business hours, you're not going to want to stop, because I'm going to say there's two things that we need to handle right now. And if you're working with me, you're already prepped on it and we already have a game plan going. But I'm making this video for everybody because if this is you and you're home shopping, I also want you to be prepped as well. So I'm calling my client. Congratulations. You got your offer accepted. I'm so happy for you. Okay, so here are two things that we need to take care of today. So the first thing is going to be, you need to submit your earnest money deposit, or EMD, into escrow. So basically, this is a deposit that you submit into escrow, and this is a time frame within 3 days of the offer being accepted. That's by default, unless unless you have changed it in the contract. But by default, it's 3 days. So you're going to need to wire your earnest money deposit. And then also we need to schedule the home inspection. So who have you decided to elect? And most of the time it's like, you might ask your realtor like, okay, well, who do you recommend? And your realtor is going to give you some recommendations, but also you can look on Yelp. Yelp is a good resource because you can also see the reviews too. Next, I want to talk about some facts and some potential red flags. So right here, this is going to be the reason why you want to work with an experienced realtor who's going to guide you. Within my perspective, I believe that your realtor should be there to give you all of the information, not to decide things for you, but to give you all of the information so that you can decide what avenue is best for you. And also, you don't know what you don't know, and that's what your realtor is there for. And that's the purpose of this video. So now let's get into some knowledge and some potential red flags so that you can use these tools on your journey of finding the right home inspector for you. Okay, so all of the links are going to be in the description below, but I wanted to share some information. Let me read this from the ICA website. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is give you some information with regards to home inspectors, their licensing requirements, educational requirements, and all of that good stuff. So let's start with this information right here. Are home inspectors in California required to get a license? There are a lot of opportunities for home inspectors in California. The real estate market in the Golden State is thriving with new properties being sold and bought. Most buyers have their homes inspected by a professional. After all, it's essential to be fully informed. Let me get down here. Okay, right here. We're often asked how to become, by the way, and the ICA is a home inspector training company. Okay, so the answer lies in education. We're often asked how to become a home inspector in California. The answer lies in education. Okay, get this. California is one of the 20 states that has not adopted any kind of home inspector licensure requirements, meaning home inspectors do not need to pass any tests or earn any certifications to practice in the state. The result is that clients look to an inspector's training as evidence of their abilities. With the barrier to the entry relatively low, clients are drawn to home inspectors with thorough knowledge of the field. You guys, did you guys hear that? The barrier entry level to be a home inspector is so low. They don't need to have any type of certifications, any type of training or licenses. So literally someone can be online and say they're a home inspector. This is a red flag, and this is why I am bringing it to your attention. This is why doing your due diligence up front now is going to be key. California home inspector license requirements. There's no such thing as a California home inspector license because there are no formal requirements from the state to practice in this field. While some states have strict rules on classroom training requirements, test scores, California has not yet developed any kind of licensing requirements for home inspectors. What's up, California? That's crazy, right? The California median sales price as of May 2024 is $900,000. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I feel like we really need to have some licensing requirements for home inspectors, to be completely honest, in my opinion. Whew. How to become a home inspector in California, the danger of hiring unlicensed home inspectors. Okay, home inspector negligence. I'm going to leave the link to this site below so that you guys can read through, but I also want to point out another site. Okay, this is the American Society of Home Inspectors. Again, another training company. Let's click on resources. Let's click on state regulations. Okay, so here's the map. And let's go to where we are, California. Home inspection requirements for California. Is the home inspection regulated? Nope. License type? None. Practice Act. Let's see. Distance education allowed? No. Field training and experience required? No. CE required? That's continuing education? No. Experience required? None. Pre-licensing required? None. Regulated by the California Contractors License Board. This is crazy, right? Okay, so just for fun, let's take a look at other states. Let's look at other states. Let's go to Texas. See, Texas has it right. Home inspection regulated? Yes. Licensing type? Professional home inspector. Renewal every 2 years. Field training? Yes. Continuing education required? Yes. How many hours? 32 inspector continuing education hours for each renewal period. Yes, yes, yes. See? Let's go to somewhere in the middle, Kansas. No. What about Florida? Yes. They need to be licensed. See? Oregon. They need to be licensed. So this is why I am making this video, because it can be a huge red flag for you to just hire somebody that you don't know and that's not recommended to you. Let me give you some tools and some tips, some resources so that you can do your due diligence. Again, while you're home shopping at your leisure, you can take your time with it to vet the home inspectors out. All right, so here are some resources to look into. I'm going to again leave the links below. So the first one is the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors, the American Society of Home Inspectors. And then let me take you here, because this is the tool that I give to my clients. So this is the California Association of Realtors. And what they did was they created a program where where home inspectors can be certified through the California Association of Realtors. So many home inspectors will either have certification through the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors or the American Society of Home Inspectors, ASHI. Just to name a few, those are the two top ones. In addition to that, they can get certified through the California Association of Realtors. And so this is the database where you can go ahead, and that certification I'll show you is here. And it's the gold standard of home inspection training to inspectors in California. And let me go back to the directory. You can use this directory to do your research as far as maybe sorting by city. It'll sort it by alphabetical order. Or you can sort it by who has went through the California Association of Realtors training and got IGO certified. You can sort it there and you'll see the home inspector. See, this one has the InterNACHI certification and it'll have the certification right there. And they also did the Geo certified course as well too. And then you can, select one, take a look at the city, and you'll notice that some of them don't have that certification from the California Association of Realtors, but they do have other certifications. These are the two, InterNACHI and ASHI, and then one has a California contractor's state license. So right here, you can type in the city of the home. So let's say Monrovia. Okay, so there's no inspectors in Monrovia. Not to say that they won't travel to Monrovia, but where their office location is going to be in that surrounding area. So let's say Arcadia, nothing. Okay, let's say Duarte, right here, bam. Kevin Cheek is with Duarte, so he's going to be servicing those surrounding areas. And there's some people that venture out too, so it's just going to be case by case. You can call and have your list of questions ready to go. And don't be afraid to ask questions. That's actually really good because you want to get to know a little bit about them, and they'll be happy to be considered to be your home inspector. So yes, ask a lot of questions. As a matter of fact, let me bring up a list that I found on Angie's list that'll give you some inspiration so that you can use some of these and also formulate your own questions to ask. Okay, number one, what is your experience? Number two, how long have you worked in the area? Number three, how do you stay up to date on defective products and building practices? Can you provide references? Can I be present for the inspection? What is the scope of the inspection? What do you guys check for and what do you not check for? Are you certified? Are you insured and bonded? How long will the inspection take? Which tools do you employ in inspections? Can I see a sample report? When will you deliver the report? Do you provide a written service agreement? Also, do you perform repair work? By the way, most of the home inspectors are going to say no. They're just, unless, like we saw on the directory, there's a contractor. So, but most home inspectors are going to say no. What is your knowledge of building science? Do you inspect the security system? Do you have any additional expertise? What was your background? And here's one that I'd add. What was your background before? What did you do before you became a home inspector? How long have you been a home inspector? Why do you like being a home inspector? Just certain things like that. So remember, doing this ahead of time, finding a trusted home inspector that you are confident with and are happy with while you're home shopping. Check that box off, put it to the side, give that information to your realtor so that the question can be, okay, so we need to talk about earnest money deposit. We have your home inspector. When would you like it to be scheduled? So, it just make it easy for everyone. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe for some more great pro tips and advice here on this channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd be happy to help. You guys, happy house hunting. Remember, have fun, have fun. This is an experience. This is the next chapter. This is fun. Make it an enjoyable experience. Take video, capture the moment, not only post it on social media to share with everybody, but for your memories too. And it's just always fun to, to look back and to see everybody and to see how small the kids were, if you guys have kids, and just the whole journey, in itself. So I'm here if you guys need anything again. Put your questions in the comments and have a beautiful day. Have an amazing day. We will see you soon. Bye.